Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Learn Code Easy. Today in this video we will learn how to create a weather app using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. This will be very good JavaScript project for your resume and portfolio. So here you can see we have this search box where we can enter the city name. So let me write city name Shimla and click on this search button. You can see it will update the weather icon and temperature, city name, humidity and wind speed. Let me write another city name here. Click on this search button. You can see it is changing. Let me write another city name. Again click on this button. You can see the current temperature, humidity and wind speed. So we will create this beautiful weather app using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So keep watching this video till the end. And before starting this video, please hit the like button and also subscribe my channel Learn Code Easy. Now let's start the video. In this folder, I have one HTML file, one CSS file, and another folder called images. In this one, you can see some icons like cloud, fog day, fog night, humidity, cloudy day, rain, snow, storm, sun, and wind. You can find all these icons download link in the video description. So in this HTML file, I have added the basic HTML structure and this one is the CSS file. Here I have added margin 0, padding 0, box sizing border box and font family. These CSS properties are applicable for all HTML elements. In this HTML file, I have added the title, weather app learn code easy, and after that I have added this link tag to connect CSS file with this HTML file. Now we will add the CSS for this body tag. So let's come to the CSS file and write this body tag here. We will add background. Color code will be 1C3140. After that we will add display flex, justify content center, align item center. Height will be 100 ph and we will add some padding. Padding will be 20 pixel. Save this. Let's open this with any web browser. I'll open this with live server. You can see the background color on this complete web page. Let's come back to the HTML file. Here within this body tag, we will add one div with the class name container. So let's write div.container. Inside this container, we will add one another div with the class name search box. Inside this div, we will add one input field for search city and one button for search. So let's write input. Input type will be text and placeholder will be enter city and I'll add ID also. ID will be city input. After that we will add one button. Button text will be search. Let's come back to the web page. Here you can see this input field and this search button. Now we need to add some CSS for this. So let's copy this class and paste it here in the CSS file. First we will add the background. Background will be white. After that we will add width 380 pixel. Next we will add border radius 20 pixel. Next we will add some padding. Padding will be 25 pixel. After that we will add box shadow 0, 10 pixel, 30 pixel, RGBA 0, 0, 0, 0.1. After that we will add text align center. Save this. Let's come back here. You can see this container with the white background. Next we will add the CSS for search class. Let's copy this and paste it here in the CSS file. For this class, we will add display flex. Gap will be 10 pixel and margin bottom will be 20 pixel. After that, we will add CSS for input field. So for input, we will add flex 1. Next, we will add some padding. Padding will be 12 pixel. After that, we will add border radius. Border radius will be 12 pixel. Next, we will add border. Border will be 1 pixel solid, has triple C. After that, we will add font size 16 pixel. Save this. Next, we will add CSS for button. Background will be has 4A 6C double F. After that, we will add border none, add some padding. Padding will be 12 pixel and 20 pixel. Next, we will add border radius 12 pixel. Next, we will add color white, cursor pointer. Font size will be 16 pixel and transition is 0.3 second. After that, we will add hover effect for this button. For hover, we will add background. Background color code will be 2F49F0. Save this. Let's come back to the web page. Here you can see this input field and this search button now looks good. Next, we have to display the weather details of any city. So first we will add some random details and then we will update it using the API. So let's come back to the HTML file. After this search box, we will add another div with the class name weather. Inside this div, we will add one more div with the class name weather icon. In this div, let's add one image tag and file path. So here we will add any random image. So let's add sun.png and here we will add the ID. ID will be weather icon. Save this. After this weather icon, we have to display the temperature. So here we will add another div with the class name temp and ID temp. And text will be dash dash. Let's copy degree Celsius from the Google. Copy this degree Celsius and paste it here. After this div, we will add city name in another div. So let's write div.city and ID city and text is also city. Save this. Let's come back to the web page. Here you can see the weather icon with the temperature and city name. Next, we have to display the humidity icon and wind icon and their values. So after this city, we will add one another div with the class name details. In this details, we have to create two columns. So let's add div dot call. So this is the first column. In this column, let's add image tag and file name. After that, create one div with the class name Humidity and ID Humidity. And text will be dash dash percent. Now we will duplicate this column. Here we will update the image. It will be win.png. Also update this alt text. Here also we will change the class and ID. It will be wind. And here we will update the text dash dash kilometer per hour. Save this. Now we will add the CSS for this image. So let's copy this class weather icon and come to the CSS file, paste it here, the image tag. We will add width 110 pixel and margin 20 pixel and 0. Save this. After that, we will add the CSS for this temperature div. Let's copy this class here. For this temperature, we will add font size. Font size will be 48 pixel, and then we will add font weight. Font weight will be 600. Save this. Next, we will copy this class city, paste it here. For this class, we will add font size. Font size will be 22 pixel, and then font weight. Font weight will be 500, and then we will add margin bottom. Margin bottom will be 20 pixel. Save this. Let's come back to the web page. Now the size for the weather icon and the text is perfect. Let's come back to the HTML file. Now we have the class name details. Let's copy this class and here in the CSS file. For this details, we will add display flex, justify content center, and margin top will be 25 pixel. Save this and copy this class call and paste it here in the CSS file. For this call, we will add background. Background will be F4, F6, double F. After that, we will add some padding. Padding will be 15 pixel. Next, we will add border radius. Border radius will be 15 pixel. And then we will add width. Width will be 48%. After that, let's add the CSS for image inside this column. So let's write dot call image. We will add width for this image, width 36 pixel. Save this. Now you can see the perfect size for these icons. Next, we will add the CSS for this text. So let's come back to the HTML file. And here we have the class name humidity and wind. So add the class name here in the CSS file. Here we will update the font size. Font size will be 18 pixel. Next we will add font weight will be 600, and next we will add margin top will be 5 pixel. Save this. Let's come back to the web page. Now the design is looking perfect. The next step is to make it functional. So whenever you enter any city name here, the weather information will update automatically. So let's come back to the HTML file. First we will create the script.js file. And then before before this closing body tag, we will add this script file. Save this. Let's open this JS file. We are creating an async function called getWeather. So let's write we are using async function because inside this function we will call APIs using await. Now let's get the city name from input. So let's write const city equal document dot get element by id, and copy this id city input and paste it here. Dot value. Save this. Here we select the input box with the id city input and store the city name that the user typed. Now let's write the logic for if user does not type anything. So let's write if city is not set, then we will show an alert. Alert text will be please enter a city name and then return. So here, if the user left the input box empty, we show an alert and stop the function using return. Now we need latitude and longitude of the city. So first open your browser and type geocoding API. Click on this website openmeteo.com. Scroll down and we will use this API. Click on this open in new tab. Delete all these variables. This is the city name. Change the city name and press enter. You can see the JSON response on the screen. This response contains all the location details of that city. So let's copy this URL and come to the JS file. Let's create a variable. Let geo URL. Paste this. Make this city dynamic. So here we create a URL to call the OpenMeteo geocoding API, which gives us latitude and longitude of the city. These two values are very important because we will use them in the weather API to get the exact weather. Now we have to fetch geolocation data. First we call the API using fetch function. So let's write let geodata await fetch geo URL dot then res.json. Here we use await because the response takes time. Then we convert it in JSON. Next, if the API doesn't return any result, that means the city name was incorrect. In that case, we will show a message saying city not found. So for this, we will write if geo data dot result not found, then we will show an alert. Alert text will be city not found and then return. Save this. After that, we need to extract latitude and longitude and city name. Now, before writing any code, let's first see what data the API is gives us. So let's write console.log. In this console, we will write geodata. After that, first we need to call this function on search button click. So let's copy this. Come to the HTML file. Here we have search button. Here we will write on click. We will call this function. Save this and come to the web page. Let's open the console. Type the city name here and press on this button. You can see city not found. I think here is some error. Add X because it's written results not result. Save this, come back to the web page. Again enter a city name. Enter this search button. You can see the response in console. You can see a property results here. This result is actually an array, and inside this array we have objects. Usually the first object contains the correct information. So let's log the first item. Now this is looks much cleaner. Here you can see properties like name, lat long, countries, time zone. Now if I want latitude using the normal method, I can do this by writing latitude and paste it here. You can see this latitude is written here. Next we will copy this longitude and next name. Save this. Here we will type Delhi, press search. This works perfectly, but the code becomes long. For this type of condition, JavaScript gives us a shortcut called object extracting. Instead of writing multiple lines, we can extract all values in one line. So for this, we will write let latitude, comma longitude, comma name equal geodata dot results 0. Save this. Let's verify if the values are stored correctly. console.log. Here we will write longitude and name. Delete all these. Save. I think console. Type the city name. Press enter. You can see the values printed correctly in the console. Now we already have the let long and city name. The next step is to get the actual weather information. For that we need to call the another API. So type here open Meteo weather API. Press enter. Click on this website and here you can see this URL. Click on this. We need to make some changes in the URL. We add current weather in place of current weather equal to true and hourly now let's understand this URL. This is the local latitude, this is the local longitude. We use current weather because the response is easy and temperature and wind speed are easy to access. This gives current temperature, wind speed and weather code. Hourly gives humidity data hour by hour. You can see a JSON response on this screen. This is a raw data coming from the API. Inside this response, there is an object called current weather. This object contains temperature, wind speed, and weather code. After that, we have an hourly object. This inside hourly we have relative humidity. This is an array that contains humidity values for each hour. Now let's copy this URL. And paste this in JS file. For this, we will write weather URL. Now, instead of hard coding let long, we need to make it dynamic. So, for this hard coded value, I'll write dollar latitude, and here we will write longitude. Whenever the user enters a new city name, this URL updates automatically. After that, again we fetch the API and convert the response to JSON. So let's write let weather data await fetch weather URL dot then res.json. The API returns a big object, so we store only the current weather part in a variable called w. So let's write let w equal weather data dot copy this current weather and paste it here. Now we grab each HTML element and fill the city name, temperature and wind speed inside it. So let's write document dot get element by ID. Let's copy city ID, paste it here, dot inner text equal name. After this, let's copy this temperature ID. Inner text will be w dot Let's copy this temperature, paste it here. In plus, we write degree Celsius here. Let's copy this degree Celsius and paste this here. Next, we will write wind speed. Let's copy this. And here we will write W dot wind speed. Here we will write kilometer per hour. Now humidity is not inside current weather, so we calculate it using our index. First we get the current hour, so let current hour new date dot get hours. Now we store humidity in a humidity variable, so let's write let humidity. For this we use current hour as an index, so let's write weather data dot, let's copy this, hourly dot relative humidity. Now we will use current hour as an index. We show the current humidity value, so let's write document dot get element by id, copy this humidity id. Now our weather data is coming from the API. We also want to show the weather icon like sun, cloud, rain or snow. The weather API does not send text like rain or snow. Instead, it sends weather code. So first we need to understand what each code means. So let's open the browser and search open video weather codes. Click on this website, scroll down. Here you can see a section weather variable documentation and WMO weather interpretation codes. So this table shows two things. First have weather code and weather description. Code 0 means clear sky, code 1 to 3 means mainly clear, partly cloudy and overcast. 45 and 48 means fog. See, all code means from here. Now we decided which icon to use for each weather type. So we don't need different icons for every single code. We group similar weather together. Now let's go back to the JS file. After that, we create an object that maps weather codes to icons URL. So let icon map. This object helps us connect weather codes with icons. So 0, zero dot sun dot png. This means if weather is 0, show the sun icon. Our icon mapping is now completed. Now we want to change the weather icon image based on the weather code coming from the API. So let's find the image tag, document dot get element by ID. Let's copy this weather icon class dot src. We will change image source. Let's copy this weather code from here, paste this. Here w.weather means this weather code comes from the API response, and image map, sorry, icon map w.weather means this line check our icon map object. When the API gives us a weather code, we use that code to find the icon, and this is the OR operator. And icon.map with 0 index, this is our default icon. Let's come back to the web page. Let's type a city name here, Jaipur. Click on this. You can see update this temperature here, I think so. Okay, city, here we need to add wind speed ID. So let's copy this ID and paste it here. Save this. Again, type a city name, click here. You can see this temperature is updated, city name, this is a humidity and wind speed. We have successfully created a weather app using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Here we learned how to take a city name from the user, get lat and long using an API, fetch real-time weather data and show weather icons dynamically. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. It really motivates me to create more such videos. If you have any question or want more projects like this, let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.